Hi folks, in order to drill into a keyword using natural language processing on the last keyword tool, natural language processing using LSI Bayes, other systems require complex algorithms that have to be programmed and are very expensive to maintain over time because of the way that we pulled the data. It's very different than things like Wordtracker and the rest that are useful for beginners, but for power users you're going to want to monitor the conversations using natural language processing. So let's create a new project. Okay, and what you do is, I'm taking something very random. It just occurred to me. I'm not sure why, probably because, I just thought of something on the news or something like that. I'm just going to use like drunk driver. Okay, go ahead and queue the project. I did it in English, United States. It's going to tell you the estimated start time. Okay, it's less than a minute. That means it's probably running right now. He gives a lot of room for scope creep. There's so many people using this application that we have to queue the items. But it's working on them fairly quickly. Okay. In the meantime, I'm going to use a non-language processing program like Wordtracker. Okay, I'm going to go drunk driver, and I'm going to remove the adult filter. Okay, and what we're going to do is both applications provide keywords and sentences that can be used. You can see there's some really long phrases coming back from Wordtracker, and you can see that they have 61 searches. What they're trying to tell you is that 61 times somebody wrote in true stories of teens killed by drunk drivers. First of all, I don't buy that. The phrase of that length, I'm not calling them liars, I'm just saying that it's probably query spam or some other function for that long sentence being included in there that many times. Okay, so what I'm trying to say is that I've written keyword tools for the last 5 years, and I know that these searches are probably, let me just say, anecdotal. Okay. Also, a lot of it's coming from Dogpile. There's probably multiple queries. I just don't feel like that data is accurate. Now, it's useful, but anecdotal, like all of our data. Anyone creating keyword tools knows. So what you're trying to do is find the least imperfect data when you're creating something. And these are really, really long sentences. But I'm going to show you how natural language processing will help you, rather than by searches, by dollars and cents as well as searches, kind of find the best configuration of data in monitoring a conversation. Let's go back to the last keyword tool. Drunk driver is running. Looks like it's done. Click on drunk driver. You're going to see drunk driver with the seed word. You're going to see long tails, partial diverse, and pure diverse. There's all kinds of filters. You can pull out just the long tails if you want. When you're building silos, it's helpful for you to understand how to build silos when you're using long tails effectively. But you can see we have the LSI, natural language processing, and Bayes algorithm. Also, we have the uses. This means that drunk driving appeared 9 times in the top 50 sites with drunk driver. This is for those of you who are interested in occurrence and co-occurrence. This is very useful to know how many times something was used, because when you're monitoring the conversation, which is how to prepare your copy and your writing and your content and your information for your site, it's very useful to know what conversations are happening out there. Okay, so you can tell, for example, driving also appears 6 times. Drunk appears 10 times. Okay, sometimes this information is very, very useful. DUI laws, for example. This is a topic that's used twice. But what you can really find out is that this is currently sorted by LSI, and it's very useful because you can tell around drunk driving, as this number, the LSI number, goes less, they're less relevant to the conversation that's happening around the word drunk driver. But what's more important than that is you have both the price and the cost, as well as natural searches, okay, around these terms. And that's what I want to point out, the difference between what we do and what Wordtracker does. And what we're going to do when I come back is I'm actually going to take some of these terms that come back on Wordtracker, and I'm going to import them into the last keyword tool and show you how, from the perspective of natural language processing around the word drunk driver, that these terms may not only not be that useful, but they will probably not be that profitable. Okay, we'll show you when we come back.